Hello, beautiful friends, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. It's been quite a few weeks. Lots have gone down and happened, but here we are, standing up, or sitting up, or lying down, ready for this beautiful healing, beautiful session. There's a lot of beautiful energies that are just pouring in on each and every one of us right now. So I hope that you are open and receiving and allowing and releasing what does not serve you, and allowing your minds and your hearts to be full right now. And if not, we're going to just intend that these energies just move it out. It's going to be an activation for this beautiful equinox. Even though I'm a few days late from the actual day, this portal's still open and the energies are still pouring in. I tried to do a video last night, but it literally froze on me, so I'm just really hoping that tonight we are good to go. Alright, so if you want to just go ahead and just breathe and allow yourself to be right where you are. And I'm just going to take your beautiful chakra grounding cord and I'm going to flow it down into the earth. And you just guide that cord all the way down and connect into whatever you connect into the ground. I'm going to take your cords and just connect it into this beautiful golden sphere, golden energy in the middle of the earth. It's a very high vibrational energy. And as you wrap it around her 3 times, we are going to just connect into that energy. And as we connect into that energy, it's going to begin to flow back up through all the layers of the earth. Back up through all the rocks, the sand, the dirt, and all of the layers. And back up into the soles of your feet. And into your ankles and your calves. Into your knees and your thighs. Into your root and your sacrals. And into your solar plexus and your heart. And into your throat and your third eye. And into your crown. And this energy is going to just flow through each one of your chakras. It's going to begin to rejuvenate every cell in your body, rejuvenating the organs, your limbs, every piece and part of you. So let's just get into this activation. I'm going to begin at your crown. So if you want to go ahead and set your intention now, allow whatever has been coming up for you, whatever pain, whatever traumas, whatever anger, anxiety, or depression has been coming up. If you don't know the root cause of it, just intend that the root cause of the depression that I'm experiencing today be released out of me. I intend that whatever's causing my anxiety be released today, be transmuted back into love, back into light. I intend that this trauma that I've been holding on to since I was a child would be released with love, with light, so that I may be free, so I can move on with my life and move on, whatever it is, however you want to say it. So many people have so many different ways. It's like just in your heart, you know what you want to release. And if you don't, just ask your guides to help me release. We're going to intend that we align all of your chakras and allow them to flow so effortlessly and easily. We fill you up with the highest vibration, the highest of highest bliss codes, So you may be in a state of joy, a state of peace, a state of happiness, a state of love, which is your birthright. Let's get into it. Kilai moi atia irakonoi asikatai alai kudnia moi ore ayel shinime kira ayirakondia esenime pila ayirakirokolai moi sikatori ayirakonomo ade. Kilai ayirakonomoi shikatoi ayirakonoi moi sikatari ilahirakono ade. Shikaloi amoy sikatoi elai irakanoi amoy ishikatoi ayirikania sikatoni amoy huirakado adai kalai kadi isid the boy pulo ayirakodoi alai arikanamoy alo irakado adai. The Pleadians are here. Your beautiful brothers and sisters. If this is something that you connect into, you can call in your Pleadian brothers and sisters now. They're ready to assist you. People are waiting on them to show up, and it's like they're waiting on you to show up. They're waiting on you. It's like they were not floating around, looks to me like they're floating around in my bedroom the other day, and I'm just like, I see you. Can you just like come in here in your actual body? And it's like, we're at such a high vibration that you can see me, but you have to come to us. You have to open your eyes and your eye to see us, to communicate with us. You know, I want them to walk through the door as well, but it's like, they're already here. They're already here supporting you, and you know, there's no question in my mind. You know, people say that communication and things are going to happen this year. It's like, it's been happening. It's absolutely been happening for years and years. It's just you. How are you connecting with them? Are you open? Are you scared? Are you worried? Are you think that they're going to harm you in any way? Because I would be more concerned about humans than I would any of these beings. Not to say that there's not nefarious beings out there, but the ones that are here, I would never be scared of any of them. You can feel what's good and what's bad, and you know, you can feel it out, and it's like you get to a place where if you do feel something that's off, like an energy that's off, you just kind of chuckle. You're just like, that's not even. Like when you go to Walmart, you kind of cringe, right? I don't chuckle there. I run in and get the hell out of there. It's not as bad now, but it definitely used to be when I was way more sensitive. Now I don't allow things to affect me at all. It's like I know I'm the light, and they, you know, things. I'm so sensitive that I can feel as soon as anything comes into my energy field, and it's like, you know, you can release it. You have the power to release it. Like as soon as something, you know, it feels off, you know, it's out. And I think for me, that's, you know, for the last 12 years, I have been, I don't want to say in a cave, but I've literally been training myself and training my energy, and not training my energy, but training myself and my sensitivities, and allowing myself to master it versus everything around mastering me. You know, it's like, I am the one in control here, not you. I am the one in control of my energy and in control of my energy field, and I'm not going to allow others to affect that, because they did all the time when I was young. And, you know, I used a lot of drugs because I didn't know how to, I didn't understand how to use my energy and master my emotions. I just used to numb, so I didn't feel anything, and that was not the answer. It was the answer then, but it is not the answer now. And so many people are using things like, you know, even marijuana. I had a client today that came through, and he just stopped using marijuana, and now all of these nightmares are coming back that he originally started smoking weed to forget about. And it's like, all of this stuff is gonna be here when you stop using. It doesn't go anywhere. All of my traumas that I ran from for 20 years when I was using were right there as soon as I stopped. I was like, dang it, I have done so much to get rid of you, and here you are facing me. But I will say this, when and if you are using and you do stop using and that stuff is still facing you, it's like that's when you have to stop, you have to turn, and you have to face that shit, and you have to go, all right, this happened to me. Okay, this happened to me. And when I did this after I'd sobered up, I was like, this is what I was running from? This pain is what I have been destroying my life over for so long? This? And yeah, it was some horrific shit that happened throughout my life, but it's like, that is what is keeping me from living my life? That's bullshit. That's a memory. And our minds can create memories. It can literally make it so much worse because you attach the memory, then you attach the emotions, and then it's just like, it becomes this nightmare. It was a nightmare for me to think about. I'd think about the memory, then the emotion would come. The memory, then the emotion, and it's like, that's what I was running from. I was running from feeling that emotion. And so when you sober up and you stop smoking and you stop doing things to try to cover this shit up, then you have to really stop and go, okay, I gotta be conscious of this. I know this stuff's gonna come back and haunt me. Not haunt you, but I know this stuff's gonna come back up. I need to prepare myself. And, in the beginning of sobriety, it's like, you just need to take care of you. You need to just if you can't handle the memories and you can't handle the traumas and you can't handle the pain, you just gotta stop yourself and you gotta go take a walk and you gotta go get on your knees and humble yourself and allow yourself to humble and be humble to something that is much greater than you, that can help you, until you're stable, of course, and until you're able to, process this stuff. But, him saying I stopped smoking and all of his stuff's coming back, it's like, that's where energy work, in my opinion, can come in and really help and, go straight to the root of that and just, let's shine some light here. Let's go here. Let's figure this out. And it's painless for the client. They wake up and come to and they're like, I feel so good. And it's like, yeah, because that's been stuck in your energy field since you were 4 years old. This shit's been here forever. And it's like, you know what? It just needs to be transmuted and moved out of your energy field so that we can fill it back up with this beautiful light. This is what has been, I don't want to say taken from us, but it's definitely, been hidden from us. People think that this stuff is, wrong, I guess, or they call energy work new age, and it's like, this is older than any religion. So I don't know what you're talking about, new age. It's actually older than your religion, number one. Number two, this is who you are. This has nothing to do with any kind of religion, any sort of spirituality, any witchcraft, anything that anybody thinks about, any voodoo. This is none of that. This is actually your energy field that we are working with on a quantum level and clearing you out. Not clearing you out, but we're transmuting the energies within you. It's scientifically proven now. If you watch Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's really great at communicating about all of this. So it's far past the time and the times when we need to lay down the judgments and allow ourselves to be and to come into who we truly are, helping each other to heal. I mean, there's no magic here. I'm literally allowing the source, God, creator, to come through and allowing this energy to flow right through into you. There's no anything going on except me allowing this energy to flow through to you. I've been clearing my vessel out for the last 12 years, and I've been extremely prudent, I guess, and disciplined, and I just never let up. I never let up on myself in regards to my energy and allowing myself to be as pure as I can possibly be for my clients and for myself. I want that God force, that really high vibrational energy to shine through me. Like there's nothing greater to me than being able to hold that vibration within me. In the last few days, it's whenever I'm healing, it's like Jesus will come right through and I'll see him sit right down and he will put his hands right where my hands are and begin to heal through me. Archangel Michael came through the other day and was just right behind me as I was working on a client and just walked right through and starts working. It's like we are a vessel for these guides to come through. I want to be as crystal clear as possible in my energy field so that they have a home, a body that they can walk through and work in. That is like the ultimate goal for me, to be able to honor them as they have literally walked me through my own hell. They've literally walked me through jail cells, dark valleys, rehab centers, nights that I've cried, nights that I've bawled, nights that I couldn't get my ass up, and so me sitting right here today, being able to heal others, people that would not let me touch them 12 years ago, 13 years ago, would not even want me near them. And now they come through here and are so grateful for my work and for the things that I can do for them. And so to me, that's honoring, that God source guides that have walked with me. And so my vessel, I work very hard to keep it pure and to keep it, like I said, of a high vibration. I think somebody out there needed to hear all of that, so thank you for listening. Gilai amai ila hira kanoi puti asene kuro aya yara koimea esekatrai apeti esenemi kuro oyara kede Kalai amai shitikirai pula ialakundu aya senemoi ula kata ade. I'm hearing it only takes a willingness. It only takes you being willing. And that's what I always used to tell when I'd sit in my bed in my early sober days. Is like, I'm willing to be your vessel. I'm willing to allow you in. I'm willing. And I used to sit in my bed in the very beginning and I put my hands on my knees before I ever got training or anything, before I even knew about any of this stuff. I would sit there and I put my hands on my knees and would want to heal. And I'd say, please let me heal like Jesus. Please, I want to heal like Jesus. And I would ask that. And I believed that I could do that. I believed what he said when he said that we could do greater things than he to those who come after him. And I believe in many ways we are him. We are them. We are these ancient beings. Like, we are them. We are walking on this planet. We hold their vibrations. We hold their healing. We allow them to work through us. Like, I trusted then and I trust now that he was right. He was right. And there are things that he has said that I do trust and I do believe are truth that came from him. Do I believe everything that was out there? No, but his words, I feel what is true and I know how he comes through and works. And so if you just believe and are willing to show up and humble yourselves and know that you can't do this alone and know that you don't know what you're doing. None of us do. It's like you can give us a freaking blueprint and we're like, oh, but still, what do I do? It's like they've written it out for me and I'm still like, but I don't want to do that right now. And it's like, okay, well, this is what you came to do, and if you don't do it, we're going to pull the rug out from under you. We're going to take your shop away. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Not to say they are going to do that, but when my soul came into this planet, it had a path. It has a path to take. And when you don't walk your path and you continue to go this way, when you need to be going this way, I truly believe that we have free will, don't get me wrong, but I do truly believe that, there are things that will happen and occur that you probably put there that will get you on your path going the way that you intended for your soul's mission, for your soul's purpose, for what you came to do. Like, there is a higher intelligence that's not going to let you miss what you came to do, the person that you came to be with, the companies that you came to create, the things you came to do. Can you die with all of that in you and never do anything? Yeah, but if you're willing, and I'm willing, damn it, I haven't come this far. I haven't come this far to just keep going this way and ignoring spirit. If you take my shop away, fine. I'll get back up and I will continue doing what feels right to me today. If you take this person out of my life, fine. I will get back up and I will continue to walk alone. If you take this whatever out of my life, fine. I will grieve it and I will get up and I will move along. Because that's what we have to do in life. We can't just stay down if things get taken from us. We can't just stay down when somebody walks out of our lives. It doesn't matter how much we care about them and love them. We have to get up and we have to keep going. And that's, we can't, I don't want to say we can't depend on others, but, we surely can't depend on people. We can't stop our lives because people have walked out, or because a job, or because of a shop, or because of finances, or whatever it may be. Like, we can't stop. In my opinion, it means go harder. It means go harder into whatever you came to do. Like, when somebody leaves you, it's like, oh, you're leaving, you're walking out of my life, but I care about you, but you're leaving. Okay, and then you look inside and you're like, oh shit, okay, must be something wrong with me. That's what we always do. We always turn back and we're like, what's wrong with me? Am I not pretty enough? Am I not this? Am I too ugly? Am I not smart enough? Not rich enough? Da da da. And then you kind of do a full circle and you're like, wait, hold on. No, that's not what's wrong with me. That's has something to do with them. We weren't compatible, or, it's not emotionally stable enough to be in a relationship, whatever it may be. And so you kind of just come full circle, and it kind of really just brings you back to self-love. It's like, oh, you don't want to be with me? Okay, I want to be with me. So, I'm going to just fall madly in love with myself. And, whenever it is time for me to be with somebody, then they will lovingly come into my life and be ready for me, because I'm going to be ready for me. I'm ready for them and they're ready for me, and, I am in love with me. And when you love self, it's like people love you. And, not to say that if you don't love self, people aren't going to love you. Because even, you can still have relationships and connections where people love you, of course. But it's just so much better when you love yourself and you feel good and you forgive yourself for the dumbest damn decisions you've made in your life. I've made a lot of them. And when I stopped judging myself and I stopped allowing myself to feel guilt and shame and anger and pain and all the things for the decisions that I made when I was younger, it's like, dude, you were doing the best you could. And, if I knew better, I would have done better. If I had the knowledge back then, and the tools and the emotional intelligence to make clear-minded decisions, well, I would have done that. And so, you have to forgive yourself because you didn't know. I mean, now if you do know and you're hurting people and you're hurting yourself and you're doing things and you're not taking accountability and you're allowing yourself to have excuse or play victim role, that's a different story. I mean, that's, if you have the consciousness and the awareness to do better, then sometimes mental health and depression and anxiety will keep you down. I totally get that. But it's like at some point it's you have to take your life into your own hands. You can't continue to hurt people. You can't continue to do the same action over and over and over again and expect your life to be different. You have to get out of the cycle, and you have to continue to allow yourself to, really become aware of self. That was my biggest key, long time ago, because when I came out of sobriety, or came into sobriety, I was so aware of every move that I made and every thought that I thought, and it was quite interesting to become aware of self, because self back then was scary. Self back then was like the most horrific thoughts that you could think of that a girl could say to herself, and it was always about me. It was never about anybody else. I looked at everybody else's life and I was like, why did I create this? I'm such a dumbass. I'm so ugly. I'm so dumb. I mean, it was just like horrific, the things that I would say to myself daily. And it was just like, God, I wish I could die. I can't even tell you how many times I probably thought about dying and death in a day. It was, who even knows? Because I can't even imagine like being that person anymore. But it's like when you are that person and you become aware of that and those thoughts, you're like, holy crap, I'm locked in a prison right now and I don't know how to get out, and I can't stop what's going on here. I can't stop these thoughts, these obsessive thoughts that literally are pointing me towards death. Even in my sober days, it's like, I'm sober now, yeah, but who wants to live like this? And it's like, you have to find new meaning, and you literally have to retrain your brain. You have to retrain the mind, and there's so many tools out there today of retraining your mind. But I'll tell you, for me, I had some cards, and I would literally flip them. I would read them out loud, and I would flip them over, and it was like the most uplifting thing for me, because it was something tangible to hold on to, and I would just read it, flip it, read it, and it just like put me in this state of getting those thoughts out of my head kind of thing, because you can't stop the thoughts. You can never stop thinking. You're always going to be thinking, but you can replace the thoughts. You can replace them. You can, go from death and destruction to light and happiness and peace, and that's what you have to replace it with. You have to put, thoughts of love, thoughts of peace, thoughts of happiness, powerful thoughts over here into and replacing these thoughts. And, maybe you get 2 seconds of peace while you're listening, while you're reading these prayers or whatever, and then, an hour later, you're back to the same old shit because something has happened in your life. Well, for me, it's like, pull out the damn cards again and go at it, And so it's just really becoming aware of self and being able to allow yourself to be conscious of what you're thinking. Because until you do that, you're going to constantly be playing the same tapes in your head, playing the same bullshit in your head that you've been playing probably since you were an adolescent, junior high or high school. Like, if you're still talking like you did when you were in high school, then chances are you're probably still thinking like you did when you were in high school or college or whatever. And it's like, you want to be evolving. You want your language to begin to change and speaking of a higher thoughts, higher vibrations, and, more high vibrational thoughts. You don't have to say beautiful like me about everything, but if you want to, I know I say it a lot because I love that word. I love the word beautiful. It makes me think of so many things that bring my heart joy. And so I say it a lot, but All right. Sorry, that was a lot of chatting, a lot of stuff that needed to come up. I haven't spoken to you guys in a while, so if you're new here, I do a lot of talking and a lot of healing, a lot of light language talking, and I thank you for being here. But I do understand if you want just a relaxing healing, so this probably is not the place. Golai o mai kuta ayira kira ayira konomoi apata ayira kira a day sikato moi pulu ayira kutu a day sidamoi kalai kudi esinime pulu ayira kidi esinimoi kulai kata ayira konomoi pulu ayira kudo a day sidamoi kalai atara esinimoi pulu ayira kadi ayira konomoi a day Palai Uta is in the Mai, Kado Ayala Kodo Ade. We've got the unloaded codes coming into your heart now. Kelamoi, Sikatai, Ola Ayara Kodi Ayara Kinimoi, Sikatu Ayara Konia, Shinimoi, Apulu Ayara Kodo Ade. Kalai Kadu Ayisanimoi, Pula Ayara Kodo Ade. Shedea Moi, Apala Ayara Kodi Ade, Sikanimoi, Pule E, Sikane, Pula Ayala Kodo Ade. Sorry, I'm going to straighten up here because the Pleadians are doing something with your spinal cord right now, so they're going to just work on our spinal cords. There's been a lot of work that's been going on in regards to the spinal cord for probably, about 6 months now. Shednamoi, Olai Hirakonomoi, Sikate, Eela Kinomoi, Sikadui, Aya Shinimi. Koloi alai o yera konomoi e yera kadia era kodoe a yera kaniumo e sikete o yera kodo ade kalai kodu ashenemoi putu ashene aloi alokira kodoi erokomoi abodi sekatoi erokodo ade palai a yera kodo ade sikani moi ule kada ade Alai kuti asenemo pudo iera kato iera kanumoi sikatoi alo iera kato ade kalai kuti asenemo pudo iera kato ade sikatani sikate ali iera kato iera shenema ero kira kato ade kalai kati ayala kade oyara shenema pudo iera kato ade sikadianu boti shene kato ayala kade ade kalai kete ayara kaniamo isikatai ala kadade sine ela ayara kanamo koda adade. So we've got Shiva, Vishnu, Kali, Lakshmi, Pravati. That is all. Okay. Alright. Aloi kunyamai hateka yira koe la kia yira kandai. Ade apate a shegeri ele hio mai sakatwa yala kia yira kada ade. Aloi amai sikede ire hira kode ade sakanu moi purua yira kodo ade shinamoi purua yira ko yira kanamoi hikalo yira shinamoi. Please bear with me, their frequency is extremely high. Alai kaduya is in the more putia yera yera kolai, kadai anyama sikatoya orai, pelai ea shikanumoi. Just a big download coming in, so if you want to receive that, please allow yourselves to be open. Allow them to download this beautiful energy in. And what it looks like to me is like this side of my brain right now is it looks like to me like a very like a motherboard almost, like a white motherboard, like in the computer kind of thing, and it's white and it's like lighting up like in this beautiful like blue-green light. Aloi kodi asenamoi pudi ayera koda ade ishinemoi aloi oyera konomoi kela isene kela kidi asenamoi kara ira kode ade sene umala ira koda ade. You might feel some pain in your head right here. It shouldn't be a bad pain or anything, but it's definitely a little bit of pressure right here on the side of the head. Galai. So we just want to allow this download, upload, whatever you want to call it, to come in with just grace and ease, and just to flow down into your body, and just to activate and stimulate all the cells in your body, to be able to activate the DNA within your body, and just to allow these gifts to flow into you. They're going to activate and stimulate as long as you're ready, of course. You do not have to accept anything. You can absolutely say nope. Completely up to you. Galai omai sikatoi alai kiti ayera kanai. Hodoi omoi sikatoi ola ayera kadoi edei. Just allowing that to download. It's quite beautiful. This is kind of how I see my third eye whenever I look into my pineal gland. I call it my 1,000 eyes, and it looks like 1,000 eyes. And it's like this mother, like this beautiful, kind of like this, except it's just 1,000 eyes right in the middle of my brain, and it is able and capable of seeing in every space that you could probably think of. In 2020, that summer, it was like they took me into places and spaces where things and young people were being harmed and hurt, and we went in there and did our great work in the very beginning. And I definitely don't like talking about that on here, but you're so powerful. Like, you don't even realize and recognize how truly powerful you are, and the things we can do. And the 1,000 eyes is like being able to see. I never get bored. How about that? And it's like you can always tap into something and somewhere, and going here and there and everywhere. And so when my clients come and you have like a regular one-on-one session, it's we can go anywhere we want to go. So if you've got something going on within your body that's an ailment or something like that, it's like I go right there to wherever it started, wherever it began, in whatever past life or life, that you're living. And, we bring justice to the situation. We bring light to the situation. We bring, healing to the situation. We pretty much go and, like I said, bring justice. Whatever happened to you in that lifetime, we go to that place and that space and time, and we work, and that's what we do. And so it's just quite interesting how the third eye is one of the most spectacular pieces of us, and people are afraid to use it. And our hearts, people are so cut off in their hearts and cut off in their pineal gland, and it's like, these are the two things that you need to be like open. You need to be using these two things together, keeping your throat clear so that everything's communicating. Not to say all of them don't need to be open, but of course, but when the heart, the pineal gland, the throat, everything's clear, it's like you are capable and able of creating anything that you want on this planet. And that's the one thing, or that both things that are targeted the most, I feel like, on this planet is like the pineal gland. How can we shut that off? The water, the food, the this, the that, the whatever. How can we shut the heart off? All right, let's do the music. Let's do this. Let's, figure out all these ways. Let's shove down all of their emotions, and it's like, one day, everybody's going to be, wide awake, and, the truth nobody will be able to get away with lying, because when somebody is telling you the truth, it, you can feel it in your hearts, you can sense it, when something's off, and so it's really important to, keep these two open. Obviously, like I say, keeping them all open, all of your energy centers open and working, and allowing your mind to just be free. I want nothing more than to have you be free in your mind, heart wide open, your body, your soul, everything just connected, allowing yourselves to be free. It's been a long process to watch, allowing myself to, wake up and to really come into my own years and years ago, and to watch the progression of humanity wake up little by little by little. And it's happening fast, and now it's just, it's just blown out of the water. But in the very beginning, when it all started really tipping, it was like very lonely, in so many ways. But not lonely in humans, but not lonely in spirit. I was like, just riding all kind of waves, but it was very much like you didn't talk about any of this stuff, you didn't do any of this stuff, you kept it to yourself, and you just allowed yourself to just grow. I wasn't on the internet, I didn't play on Facebook or anything like that. Like, I didn't do any of that stuff. I wanted nothing to do with social media. It was like so nerve-wracking. But of course now, they make it to where if you've got businesses and you've got things, that's where you go. So it's kind of like, it's a double-edged sword, I guess. You just got to really find balance, and do your thing and then get off, whatever it is. But yeah, sometimes it takes you putting your head in the sand and just shutting everything out and allowing Spirit to show you, lead you and guide you and direct you and connect with you, and allowing your minds to be free. And I'm going to shut this down now, and I thank you so much for listening. I know this was kind of a different me chatting the whole time, but I guess it's what needed to come up, so I'll do more videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. I did start a Patreon, and I'm still working out everything there. I'm going to do more things out here, so I just appreciate you guys and just appreciate your support and your love. I appreciate donations. Thank you so much for everybody that just emails and comments and just does, just shows up. Just thank you so much for supporting me with your love and your likes and your comments and your subscriptions and just being a part of this whole thing, and just really being here doing this, even if it's not on my channel. I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you for just being here. So I love you so much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.